Greetings YouTubers, Atari Leaf here with another retro gaming video. I just thought I would do a quick video on my Turbografx-16 collection. I've noticed some people have been doing kind of little collection videos, so I thought, well, I'll do one on the Turbografx-16. I haven't done one in a while. Turbografx-16 was one of the machines that I really loved in the late 80s. In fact, the Turbografx, I believe, was the only system I ever bought at launch. All the Atari, the Tandy Color Computer, the NES, the Genesis, I bought all those systems a year or so, probably more, after they were released. But I remember the Turbografx-16 was a system that they had set up a little display area in a Kmart, a local Kmart, and I went there and I remember playing Legendary Axe, and I thought, wow, this is the most impressive video game I've ever seen. And I think one of the other ones was China Warrior, a game that most people don't really like, but the graphics were very, very impressive for the time. So I saved up all my pennies and I bought a Turbografx-16 when they first came out. I believe it was the summer or the fall of 1989. I know it was 1989, but so yeah, the Turbografx-16 has a special place in my heart as one of my favorite systems and one of the systems of my youth. So here's just a quick little video of what I have now. This one right here, it's kind of funny. It's got, you can see, it's almost like someone burned something into it. This isn't my original Turbografx. I don't have that anymore, but you can see it goes from the unit all the way to the turbo booster. I picked up this unit at a Value Village for $7.99. Came with all the accessories, the power supplies, and controllers and whatnot, and I'll go into that in a bit. And the turbo booster is a nice little accessory. As you can see, it has the composite cables on the back for your power and so forth, so you don't have to use RF. You can just use composite, which is great. And the little cards go in there. I don't have the CD attachment. All the games I had growing up or when I was a teenager. I would have been about 19 or 20. If it was in the fall, I would have been 20 in 1989. And I only bought the card-based games. Okay, some of the accessories, well, of course, you've got your standard turbo pad, which is like your NES pad, right? And for some strange reason, I don't know why they did this, why they designed it this way, that there is the controller port, and as you can see, there's only one. You know, all game systems up until that point that I know of always had two players. This one only had one. So the other accessory that came out was the Turbo Tap, which you can see you can plug up to 5 controllers in there. I don't know why 5. I can understand 4, but 5, I don't know. Maybe someone can explain why it's 5. Another accessory is the Turbo Stick, which is like the NES Advantage. It's a nice little stick. It's very responsive, very sturdy. It's a great stick for fighting games, for shmups, which I think is one of Turbografx's strong points, is the shoot-em-ups. I also have another Turbografx as a backup in a drawer. This one here is my boxed unit I got from cgcc.ca, a Canadian forum, and this was $60. I bought this last summer. It's complete. I'm not going to bother opening it. Keith Courage is still in there. Everything is in there, controls and a power supply and whatnot. Nice little unit in there. Okay, now on to the games. Okay, here's just some of the loose games. I have 9 loose ones. Here's Clax, classic arcade puzzle game there. Space Harrier, another remake of a classic arcade game, which can be found on many other systems. Battle Royale is a wrestling game which most people consider to be fairly poor. Jack Nicklaus Turbo Golf. It's golf. Davis Cup Tennis. This is actually pretty good. I like this tennis game. It's pretty good. Deep Blue. I got this recently for, I think it was $7 from a local retro store. It's kind of an underwater shooter. It's an average shooter. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Crater Maze. That's a pretty good little maze game. I actually quite enjoy that one. TV Sports Football. The TV Sports games on the Turbografx aren't really that good at all. especially this one, TV Sports Hockey. The physics are just awful. The players just bounce off of each other and so forth. Not very good. Okay, on to the complete games. Okay, here are the CIB games, the complete games. Well, when I say complete, a lot of the Turbografx games had a cardboard outer box. I don't have any like that. When I say complete, I mean complete with the jewel case, the instructions, and the of course the game inside. So here's Hit the Ice. I remember I said the TV Sports Hockey wasn't very good. Well, Hit the Ice is excellent. Not really a hockey game per se, but it's a hockey arcade game, and again it's based on an arcade game, which is really good, a lot of fun. Of course, you can't have Turbografx-16 without Bonk's Adventure. Bonk is like Mario for the Nintendo and Sonic for the Sega. He's their mascot. And its sequel, which is also very good, Bonk's Revenge. Down here we have World Class Baseball, which is not too bad. It's not too bad. China Warrior, which is just kind of a, I don't know, martial arts game, but a lot of people don't like it. But the graphics are good, and I don't mind it. I think it's a pretty good game. But it could be because it's a game I had, again, when I had my Turbografx originally, so I enjoyed it back then, and I enjoy it now. Time Cruise, pretty good pinball game. Not great, but a pretty good game. I actually did a review on this, so if you can go back and look at my prior videos, you'll see the review for this. Blazing Lasers. This is the first video game I ever beat. An excellent game, and one of the reasons to own this system, I think. One of the best shooters ever made on any system, as far as I'm concerned. Galaga 90. Another reason to own this system. I'm not sure how many other systems Galaga 90, or Galaga 88, as it was actually called in the arcades. I'm not sure how many other systems this was made for, but excellent, excellent game, and another reason just to own the Turbografx-16. Alien Crush, one of my favorite pinball games of all time, and I know there's a sequel called Devil's Crush, but I personally prefer Alien Crush. Final Lap Twin, it's strange, it's like an RPG racing game, I think. I don't get it. Another favorite of mine was Military Madness, a turn-based strategy game. Excellent game. And I'm not usually big on strategy games, but I loved Military Madness. Victory Run, kind of like Outrun, an average kind of racing game. Up here, another funny platform game, JJ and Jeff, that I highly recommend. A lot of fun. Power Golf, what can you say? And the classic R-Type, pretty good version on the Turbografx-16. So there you have it. There's my Turbografx-16 collection. Keith Courage, like I said, is in there. So that puts me at 25 games altogether between the complete and just the loose. There's some I don't have that I would like to get, like the Legendary Axe and Dungeon Explorer. There might be others. I'd love to get Super Star Soldier. This is a pretty small collection when you look at some of the other ones out there, like Spida 1 and Super Star Soldier. Or Star Soldier 1, sorry. So this is a pretty small Turbografx collection, but I'm happy with it. I've got most of the games that I enjoy for the system. I think it's a great little system, and if you can pick one up, if you find one for a good price in your area, I highly recommend the Turbografx-16. Excellent, excellent system with some fantastic games. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.